Pass, because a lot of people give it to you and a lot of people are gonna let you pass. Okay, it's gonna be one of two ways. Okay, we've gone over this before and I want to drill the hell out of it because again it's one of my favorite passes. So gi, no, obviously, like I said, gi is gonna be easier because you have the handles. No gi, okay. Same thing, you just gotta use your hooks. Okay, hooks meaning hooking the legs, boom here, not actually grabbing the material itself. So a couple key things. Normally, the way it's been taught to do this double under hook pass, take your hands, go under, you have to reach around, pull them up on your lap, and then bring it across here. Okay, and then put all your pressure, and then work the pass. So that's a little too much work for me. Okay, so what I like to this right here coming all the way across, that's unnecessary. Okay, now the other part of this I need to keep in mind is, besides my grips, is keeping my head low, because I'm sitting here like this, I'm giving him space to bring his foot back in and recompose the guard. Okay, so head down, arms inside. Okay, so when I come in here, okay, see my elbows are down, head's down, I'm minimizing the space so he can't move. Now I'm not gonna bring him up on my lap. Okay, and I'm not gonna even reach it over that way, because his leg is far more stronger than my arm, so it's pointless for me to try to drive it. Because if I do try to drive it here, he's just gonna hook the inside of my leg like that. That's not a bad thing, but in this position, it's gonna be a bad thing because I won't be able to get my arm out to counter. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So I get these grips. No gi, cup the legs. Gi, hold the belt. Okay. Now I'm gonna baseball slide to either side. Okay, so I'm gonna pick that side, my right. So I'm gonna foot up, slide to my hip here. Stay nice and low still. Okay. Now what I'm gonna wait for, okay, is to see what he does with this leg. Okay. If he keeps it up here, okay, then I'm gonna start taking my right hand. I'm gonna start reaching it across the hip here. Okay. I'm not gonna push this way because it's gonna push me back. Okay. So I'm gonna reach to the other hip here. Okay. I'm gonna switch my stance, and I'm gonna use my chest to push this hip here. And hip out to the other side. Okay? Basically, all I'm doing is rolling myself around his hip, and as I roll, I'm using my chest and my body to push his leg away from me. Whereas a lot of times people do this thing here, they'll try to loop their head around it. Loop their head around, it creates a space for him to recompose that leg and possibly get a guard. Okay, so again, I'm here, baseball slide here, my right hand comes across as deep as I can. No gi, just cup the belly. Gi, grab the belt, get you nice and snug. Okay, next switch. Now, as I turn on my knees here, okay, so I'm turning my chest into his hip, turn, 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 boom. Okay, and it forces that leg away from my head, which makes it easier for me to go ahead and clear to get the side now. Okay? So again, the double underhooks here, elbows in. Okay? Head low, boom, baseball slide to my hip. Right hand comes across from either cup and squeeze, or grab the belt, squeeze. Switch my hips. Now, as I turn on my knees, I'm driving my hip my chest into his hip. Turn, turn, boom. Okay? So my chest is basically, when he keeps this curled here, my chest, as I turn, is turning my shoulder into his leg. Boom. Clearing my head. Pop. Side, right side knot. Okay? Anybody have any questions with that? Really simple. Okay, guys, on 3, 1.